Football rivalries aren't always local. Sometimes just a single game or a series of them can forge a mutual dislike that goes way beyond geography. For older generations of Chelsea fans, that rival is Leeds. Not just because of the famously filthy cup final of 1970 either. The relationship actually had its roots in the mid-60s. Managed by Tommy Docherty and Don Revie, they represented two very different sides of macho culture. All they had in common was a growing presence in the English game. In the spring of '63, Chelsea just beat Leeds to promotion. When they next met in early '65, they were first and second in the top flight, and things were getting physical. '66 and '67 brought cup victories for Chelsea, while Leeds bossed some tasty league meetings. As the 1969-70 campaign began, Dave Sexton was now in charge of the Blues. The clubs then met 6 times in 7 months, ending with the twice-played cup final. Now imagine this. The cup final was the season's only domestic football match that the public could watch live on television. And literally half the nation did watch. Over 28 million by the time the replay came around, a record that still stands for an English club game. A 2-2 draw was followed by a 2-1 Chelsea win, which is all that really should matter, but the real legacy is the legendary brutality of it all. This was basically 3.5 hours of common assault, punctuated by some memorable goals. When current referee Michael Oliver watched it back in early 2020, he sent off 11 players. Eric Jennings, who had the honour of officiating both games, only got his yellow card out once. Sadly, that fine Chelsea side would soon break up, and with both clubs spending chunks of time out of the top flight, renewing acquaintance was more rare, but still tasty. In April '84, the passion spilled out onto the field as a perfect Kerry Dixon hat-trick helped Blue thrash White 5-0 to ensure that Chelsea would be back in the First Division. While the meetings in '88-89 belonged to John Bumstead, a comedy effort at Ellen Road was followed by the goal that confirmed another return to the big time. Fast forward to Christmas '97. Players stood in silence to pay respects to the departed Leeds legend Billy Bremner before playing out a match he'd have loved. Alfie Holland and Gary Kelly both saw red, but the 9 men knuckled down for a goalless draw. In spring '99, Gus Poyet's winner saw Chelsea finish 1 place above Leeds to grab the final remaining Champions League position. And at the end of that year, Leeds went top by winning a dirty clash that saw Frank Leboeuf totally lose his usual cool. Into the naughty noughties, Graham Lasso and Danny Mills tried their best to reignite the old flames. And Idika Johnson gave the rivalry one of its greatest goals. But we've barely shared a field with our Yorkshire friends since, until now. With our fabulous feisty history, the reception will always be a warm one. Leeds are back in Chelsea's sights. A long-distance relationship it may be, but we've been watching very closely.